Uh, oh, tired. Tired, Grandpa. All right, let's get to work. So, what's left? What's left on our character here? Um, Not too much. I guess we're all everything that's left is just in Unity. I'm hoping I don't crash right now. Hello, Risa. Welcome. Good morning. Happy Monday. How am I? I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm really tired. It's been a long week. I did not sleep well. Long week of bad sleep, but I'm okay. I'm surviving. I'm gonna stand up. Happy Monday indeed. I'm one of those freaks that actually enjoys Mondays. Oh, I love. You know, some people have commented that they're worried about me working so much. Not necessarily people in chat, um, but I just really feel like I love working. I love making things. Saw the word twerk and instantly clicked. Didn't realize it was a Max Fosh. Max Fosh. I mean, Sam Dutter stream. Hello, Fat Yoshi. Welcome back. I'm gonna have to step into a phone call in just a second. Um, Actually, let me go ahead and do that right now. I'll be right back, everyone. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to do a phone call really quick. Get some stuff moving. We're actually, I mean, after I had this new character development arc with this girl, I think I'm going to focus again 100% on working. Okay, heck yeah. Are you like IRL character arc development, like or should I say relationship development? Put that there. Put this here. Delete that. Add a paint. Move this down. Do this. Can we turn on symmetry for this? Wasn't even a relationship. Hopefully, it was healthy, whatever that means. Whatever that may mean. Gotcha. Let's turn down the size here. Boom. And then we'll turn up the blur here. And a little bit bigger. Oh, I'm so sleepy right now. Oh my god. This blur's too strong. And this is too small. Should be right. There we go. No, I don't like that. Hello, Arctic. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Have this zone. I'm going to do that. Then an anchor point here. Go to chest metal. We're going to add a template flat. But yeah, I've had my brother and I are beginning to team up with some people in Resonite, and we're going to be we're starting to make some tools that I didn't have time to make. So things like spell casting tools and things like that. And we're going to start really pushing to do some interesting things in Resonite because I very firmly want to use that for D&D and things like that. So, but we now have some progress happening in that regard. So I'm quite excited. I think it'll be really good, honestly. Honestly. Hello, Logan. Welcome. We're working on the metal here. Okay, so we did those tweaks, and now we should be done with texturing. Should be. We do have to do the decal setup. Right. Hello, Oxaya. Welcome back. How's your work? Work is going well. Work is going really well. I'm quite tired today. I'm a little out of it mentally, but other than that, I think we're surviving. We made a lot of really good progress on this guy. Very excited to be getting close to finish with this character. Managed to bake normal maps for my treasure coins this weekend. Now I'm back watching udon videos. Heck yeah. That's super cool. I'd love to see. Oh, you sent an image. How did I not see that link? Oh, look at them coins. Look at them bean coins. Hey, that's super cool. I love that. Very cool. The bean coins. Would you do it for a bean coin? Let's do this. Make it here. 0.6. 0.8. Shrink. Shrink. So we're gonna put this right here, I think. I'm gonna do what I can to kind of line it up with our this here. A little bit further over. Okay. And we'll parent this to... Okay, the shoulder shouldn't move at all. But if it does, we would want the pauldron to move with it. So we will parent this bone to the shoulder as well. And we'll call this cc underscore shoulder.l. And we will symmetrize it. Then we'll go to the mesh. We will select our pauldrons. We will separate them. We will take 1/2 and delete it. And then go ahead and remove our shape keys here. How was everyone's weekend? What did y'all get up to? Any fun projects? Actually, we can also delete the vertex groups. Because we're going to want to parent this to this one in particular. I'll add a mirror. And recombine. Okay. So now we should be able to move this little pauldron dealio. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, then we will export. We turned off export twist, and we shouldn't actually need any twist bones for them, so we'll do that. Cool. All right. Back to Unity. So in here, we now have our shoulder bones. Good. And what we'd like to do is have them raise or move with the arm. So to do that, we're going to first start by making a VRC constraints object. And here, we'll create one called on shoulder. Okay, we're going to add a rotation constraint. A VRC rotation constraint that rotates our shoulder by following the rotation of the There we go. Okay. We were actually missing the right shoulder. Should be CC shoulder. CC shoulder. We're also targeting the wrong thing. Anyway, whatever. So we want to target arm. Shoulder's the bone in the chest, so the arm stretch must be the one we actually want to target. And we would like to copy the full amount of its rotation. So now that we've done that, when we rotate the arm, it should move the shoulder. And it does. Okay. Very cool. Pretty much one-to-one, as far as I can tell. Look at it from above. It's a little bit further there. I guess I do want to move the origin of it to be in the same spot, so would. You know what? I will actually change that a little bit. Put it down. Definitely did not click because of the title. A little less twerking, more puns than anything. But welcome, Clementine. Unfortunately, this robot doesn't have much to twerk with. I guess he's got his wings. Got some wings to twerk with right here. Oh, yeah. First person to pronounce my username right, Clementine. Oh. It's a name I'm quite familiar with where I am from. Good old, well, where I live right now is Tejas, but let's actually switch this to be a parent constraint. It's a good name though. I like Clementine as a name. Charming. Reminds me of tangerines or oranges. So we're targeting this transform, and our source is our source is. Do I make an object in here? Yeah, we're going to create an empty in here. Call this cc underscore shoulder dot l rest position. And then we'll move that up into the shoulder right there. I guess I could have made two bones. Seems complicated. Now we'll do this. And we'll make two sources. First source is the rest position. The second source is the arm stretch. So activate. Now when we move the arm, that's going to move with the arm. Noise. And if I take the constraint and we turn it down, and I move the arm, it should not move. Okay. Very cool. I like that. Now, what we want to do is set up a way for the arm to move only, or the shoulder to move only when the arm is raised. Let's look at the avatar dynamics list again. There is we want context. There's a few different types of contexts. This section contains settings that define the shape of the context sender. Type of collision to use. Choose between sphere and capsule. Size of the collider, height of the capsule, offset, and rotation. There we go. Proximity. Hello, Riso. What do you think about the auto parameters VRC Fury makes? For example, making a toggle, it automatically makes a parameter for that toggle, and only through the use a global parameter feature can you specify the parameter's name. VRC Fury advised against this when making assets. What's your opinion on that? I think that's fine unless I really want something hard coded. And you can always lean back on your animators that you're adding, or your layers that you're adding to the character. Like I have my gesture layer outside of VRC Fury. I'm not using the VRC Fury gestures for the hand positions. I am using the VRC Fury for the actual gestures here. Or the expressions, but not the hand gestures. Now, in fact, I need to here positioned. I'm not too concerned with it. I think for the sake of being able to work non-destructively, it seems fine to me. Unless there's something really specific I'm trying to do, I'm not too concerned. Making a quest avatar, if you add new step to the PC version, it desyncs the parameters. As the new step was on the PC version, because the parameters are created in a counting way, param 1, 2, you expect param 1 for quest, extra param 3 for PC, and I don't like that desync. Well, in that case, then you definitely would want to lean on, creating an actual list of parameters and making sure that they're always tied to actual toggles. And in that way, you would never lose it. So I think because VRC Fury gives you the option, I think it's still very flexible. They're not taking away your ability to control that. So I don't have an issue with it. And the ability to do things in a certain order is actually very useful because it mirrors how you layer things in your animator. So if you needed to create like a mask, like for example, on my character, I have the gesture layer, so you can see the object, the gestures. So when VRC Fury is compiling, it makes the gesture layers first in my animator, in the animator it creates, and then it does the toggles because it goes in order, and it's stacking these layers in this list, newer stuff on the bottom, just like this. So right hand, for example, gestures would be this layer, and then the toggles would be the right hand layer in this order. And in that way, using the toggles, I can actually create this mask here, and that will allow me to turn off the gestures because I can put this afterwards and overwrite those animations or the parameters, values, keyframes. Yeah. Super useful. So I think that flexibility is valuable. It's interesting because I don't see, in terms of doing it non-destructively, just in how you layer all these things together, it can get really complicated. So I don't know what I can't. It's hard for me to imagine an alternative, or what that would look like, what that alternative would look like. So what I want is whenever the arm whenever the arm is at this height, so let's say it is down and then it rotates up and it hits this point here. It crosses this threshold. Then I want the pauldron to start moving with it. So anytime it goes further than this, it'll also rotate the pauldron. So that's the plan. So the further it pushes into our little shoulder pauldron, the more it affects it. I wish rotation constraints could just be limits rather than overrides. Like a rotation limit. Is that doable? Do we have those? I know we have constraints. I swear there was something in physics. Joints. Those are for rigid bodies. We do have configurable joints and it automatically adds a rigid body. Yeah, no, that's not the way. It is not the way. Scale constraint, interesting. What's that? I'm sure if we could use something like this, I would have already seen someone using it. All right. So I think what we'll do is we're going to have a an object right here. And it's going to move along its axis up and down to match. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a call. All right, I'm back. Man, do I want to do this? Do I really want to have the shoulder be so... Hmm. Could do it. It just seems unnecessary. But I don't like that if I rotate the arm down, if I have the constraint on, it's going to do that. And I think that looks really bad. So I do want something. Okay. Do want something there. So what I'm thinking is that we have one contact in the chest, top of the chest, up here, parallel with the shoulders. So let's put that in there. Well, this contact, we'll call this shoulder contact. Put this right here. Okay. And then we'll create a parent constraint. As long as I limit it to the only being able to move on the y-axis, but isn't that how that works? The position constraint, that's not how that works. Okay. But if I have one, so if we had one in the shoulder here, so let's create an empty. We'll call this shoulder, that's the arm, right shoulder. I want to do the left shoulder to start with because we already have it in there. We have the rest position. It's perfect, actually. We'll take this, do a contact receiver. No. Yes, contact receiver on that object. It's a sphere. We'll make it 0.1. So just about that big. And then in it does need to be over. So let me create an empty here. yeah. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm just going to get rid of it. And for the con, we're just going to set it to like 0.5 or something. Something kind of low, 0.25. So now it should move with the arm, but kind of in a limited way. Excuse me. I mean, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to do that. I'm too tired to think of anything else right now. Okay. For our other shoulder, we're going to empty here. CC underscore shoulder dot R wrist position. Pull that out into here. Go to our con. This should be one of the sources here. And then the other source should be arm stretch. Set to 1. And we're moving this object. It's 0.25. Activate. Okay. So now when the other arm moves. Okay, so now we just got a little bit of dynamic movement. Nothing too crazy. You can break it, but you'll be able to break it anyway. So, all right. Good stuff. All right, let's take a look. Looking good. Not entirely sure how I'm going to make the fluff in the arms, perhaps with the first shader. I'm going to make it for Quest 2. Fluff on the arm. I would do just a bunch of small triangles, or pyramids, really. Pyramids with the bottoms missing. Just kind of repeat that and then blend the normals. So then you get something that look almost exactly like this. You could give it more detail, some slight curves and stuff to kind of give it that curve, the little variation you see there. But I think just a bunch of small pyramids kind of extruding out of it. Perhaps with a particle effect. I can't say for sure. I think that could get a little bit more complicated. I would try to make it with just the mesh directly. Because with pyramids, you're only looking at with 3 triangles per pyramid. So you have quite a bit of flexibility. You know, you can make 100 of them, and that's only 300 triangles. So if you had 100 of those on one arm, 100 on those on the other arm, that's only 600 triangles, which is still pretty efficient even for a quest. And then if you use something like a data normal transfer, you can make it look really soft. You can just smooth out the whole normals for all those triangles, and it'll look quite a bit like fur. So for quests, that's probably what I'd recommend. And then, and then for the actual, probably something similar for the higher poly version, just a little bit more variation and stuff. Depends on the type of style you're going for. If you use the fur shader from like Warren's Fast Fur Shader, you'll get something that looks absolutely like fur. But if they want something a little more toon style or anime style, knees bones are above the knees. Okay. Ooh, very full right now. Interesting. Definitely. I was just looking at the knees there. Excuse me. The drapery's looking quite good, though. I think for your boots and stuff, I noticed a little bit of gap when they're rotating. Perhaps use the robust weight transfer to ensure it's as close as possible, as skin tight as possible. But other than that, things are looking quite good. I like the hood. I think the hood's coming out super well. All right, we're gonna make some animations for the ears. I'm gonna do expressions. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Thanks, feedback, Sam. Absolutely. Did that answer your question? Or do you have any more questions regarding that? Price that I mentioned last time was going according to what I'm delivering. That's a tough part about freelance work, is you can go under sometimes in terms of hours. You can go over sometimes in terms of hours, but you need to look at it in terms of time. So I'm not entirely sure how many hours you've worked, but you need to know what your rate is, $30 an hour or $50 an hour, whatever you prefer. Divide the amount you've been paid by your rate, and that's how many hours it should have taken you to do the project. So, because that's that's the only way you can really measure it. It's like, am I getting paid for my time? Because if you're not working on it, then you know, then yeah. Anyway, you see what I mean. Sorry, my brain's a little scatterbrained right now. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's how I would judge it. Um, in terms of, if you're asking in terms of like the look of it, I think so. I mean, again, you can. I think the aesthetic is going right. You are hitting the look of the reference. Um, if you'd like more feedback on perhaps like the if there's other feedback you're looking for in terms of like the look of the avatar, I think we could discuss that. But in terms of like what you've made versus the amount you've been paid, yeah, you're doing fine. I think I definitely feel that there's two main important aspects to this kind of work, which is you're doing something other people can't do, and second, you're realizing the vision of the person. Like when someone gives you what they're looking for, it is just a matter of how close you're hitting that reference. And that's why I find that reference is so important with commissions. Because if you're just going in, someone's like, oh, I want this thing, and they're just describing it. They don't have any imagery, they don't have any inspiration, they just want this nebulous idea they have. Those have always been most consistently the hardest commissions I've ever had. Because they don't know what they want. I don't know what they want. We're trying to put a price on an unknown, and you don't know how much something you don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I think you can see why that'd be difficult, because it's so nebulous. So I think as long as you're hitting those points, providing technical expertise that that person doesn't have and can't do themselves, and accomplishing the vision you agreed on, you're hitting it. First came to me as a style reviews on VRC, and thanks to my portfolio screenshots, people posted reviews, gave them the certainty I was doing a good job. That's what my client has said. It is really good. Well, good. That is the only feedback that matters. Oh, hello, Emil Haug. Haig? Emil Haig? Welcome. Emil Haig. We're working on some ears right now. Thanks, I appreciate it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, commission freelance is kind of a weird world. It's definitely one that it's hard to find your footing sometimes. Like what's in what people are looking for and how to get them that value. Unity go burr. We're burring. We're burring. We're just making little ear animations for our character. Just to provide that little bit of character. And I like the confusion expression. It's funny. Are you familiar with VR chat, Emil? Heck yeah, heck yeah. What I do, that's what I do here. I make custom avatars for people. 3D modeler, oh heck yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Well, one of us. Welcome, welcome. One of us. There we go. Oops. Welcome to the stream. Next to Sam, we has his cookies. He always steals one when he's not looking. We always steal one when he's not looking, so remember that. Where'd my cookies go? So now let's go ahead and click the fizz bones. And sorry, just to clarify, Emil, are you a 3D modeler in the VR chat community or just generally a 3D modeler? Cool. Okay. Dope. Dope. In and out. I just had In and Out yesterday. Delicious. Delicious. That should be moving the ears. And I did make sure to set the ears to animated. And I am using these expressions. These expressions are for the body. Ah, right. But I'm using this gestures component, which just the VRC Fury targets the blend shape directly. So what I want to do with these expressions is actually get rid of the blend shapes in the animation clip. I don't need to set the animation twice. And I don't even need that one. And then expression mask. Yeah, that should be good. Right now, I'm just doing the most boring work ever, labeling everything correctly, making sure that the collections are in the right places. I relate to that. I relate to that. Tedium. And then for the gestures, we want to add the animation clip for all of these. All right, good stuff. Now when we toggle the gestures, we should see some movement. One's a little strong right there. Finger point. Fun expressions though. I wonder. All right, this is super extra, but I want to do it, so. Yeah, now actually that I move the eyes to a decal layer, this is pretty doable. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to bullet body, unlock the shader, go to our decals, where we've put the eyeball, which I lied, it's actually in the face material. Unlock it again. Click, click. We actually do have this scale option. We even have a depth option, which is not quite what we want to use. Scale is better, but I believe we can do something. Build. Do kind of want to tile it, but I'd prefer that this clamp, that's not gonna, or actually, I still have to face, turn the tiled again. Okay, there we go. Now that we've clamped it, it's not tiling like that. Cool. So now we can kind of adjust the eye size, which is fun, because that gives us some very fun things to play with. Now we can lock this in. Because we can go back to our expressions on the character. Preview. Fortunately, I can't quite preview the expression at the same time, but I can hit record. Actually, sorry, let's do expression mask, record, body, face, scale, copy, paste. Now we should have that saved right here. Yes, that looks great. Okay, good. All right. And we'll copy that value. We can go to angry, we can paste it, record, and I think we make this one thin. 0.5, 0.7, something like that. So like the eyes get all tiny. And then blep, paste, we'll go the other way, record. We'll do 1.22. And we'll actually copy that one. Go to blush, paste that. Go to happy, paste that one. Those ones can be all the same for now. And then confusion will be a fun one because we'll make. No, I guess they all have to be. So we'll do 0.6.6. Then sad. Paste will actually make them bigger. And then shock, much smaller. That might be too small, actually. And then tongue out, we'll go ahead and go back to blep. Copy. Paste. All right. Let's see what this looks like. That does look super good. But why are they just gone when nothing's happening? Shit. All right. Why would that be? I would assume whatever I have. Ah, I guess I could make a neutral state. So we could go to gestures and we can add either neutral. No, that seems weird. Let me go ahead and remove that. We'll just go ahead and make because then that's only activated when you're doing the neutral one. It's not an exception. It's just happens to happen. So I think what we would require is actually like a toggle. Not that kind of toggle. A VRC Fury toggle, which we can leave blank. We'll say default on. And when it's on, we animate our this value. We'll duplicate. Call this expression neutral. Funny that I recreated the one I deleted. Always end up doing that. And we'll delete everything but the eye movement. Okay, and then we just want to make sure that this toggle we made for that gesture is in fact at the top above the gestures, so it's like happening at any time. And we'll take that expression neutral, drop it right there, default on. There shouldn't be a way to toggle it off. And then we'll just want to check the expression menu. Okay. That looks good. Funny. Very expressive. All right, good. And I don't see an option to turn it off, so it is just happening. Good, cool. I think that gives a character a very good feeling. Actually, we're gonna test one more time. I should have tried the expression disable. Shouldn't affect it, but we want to verify because that is something related to it. So, okay, good. Okay, we're in the final steps now. What I'd like to do next is go to our test animator, get rid of all the ones we were working on, go to our my brain, our locomotion. And we're going to test the default positions here. We're going to add a locomotion layer to our character, but we'd like to see what these look like. Sometimes they're super goofy. Yeah, like that. That's not too great. So let's go here. We'll adjust our spine there. We go to low crawl, preview that one. This one does have chest, front, back. I'm going to copy this value. Go back to the crouch, paste this value, preview, and push that up. So we can lower the hips, but then move the chest up. Fix the leaf in my pod. IRL or in your in Blender? Ooh, exciting. That looks good. Our standstill. The legs look doofy. Why is he doing this little, kicking his little foot out? That's funny to me. We'll just put 0 on all the legs. Anything leg related, it's a 0 right now. Ah, maybe not. Oh, okay, maybe. Maybe a 1. Okay. Okay, so leg front back 0.5 is kind of the default. Wow, I'm struggling to see this right here. There we go, 0.5. Missing one other value. Found a video tutorial about making NPCs that wander around and follow players, and my brain is boiling already. Get that brain boil. That's pretty cool. All right, that does look a lot better. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Now let's look at the low crawl. Which is always a very funny one. Ooh. Funny. Speaking of, now we're living up to the video title. Navigation is some fun when you actually get the hang of it. I look forward to more interactive VR chat and just any VR. I'm a big fan of Resonite as well, so I think I look forward to seeing some more interactivity there too. Oh, thank you. Is that hopefully that link's still working? All right, good. Feels like if I get the hang of Udon, I'll be able to figure out Resonate a lot easier too. It definitely, all that programming mindset, it does add up. It definitely adds up. My dad once got lost in the middle of the sea when he was in the Navy. Wait. You're not lost if you're in the sea. You know you're exactly where you are. You're in the sea. All right, looking at our locomotion layer here, we're going to replace the blend trees here with the bullet blend trees. Crouching. Just in general, tech is fun to mess around with. Getting into sound, doing sound engineering, tiny bit, but that is a whole other place. It definitely is. It definitely is. So much to that's the fun part. The difficult and fun part about game dev or any of this kind of digital work is it really just touches on everything. It's always a little bit of everything. All right. Characters should be good to go. Should be done. I'm gonna go ahead and package this up and ship them off. You're totally fine. My brain is is just struggling in general right now. So I don't think that's a reflection of you. Glad I remembered to add the locomotion. All that work setting it up, it would be so sad to not even use it. One final thing for our gestures. They stack. So when we're doing any gesture that shares another gesture, like the finger points, we probably want to add an exclusive tag to. Tag. We'll just call it finger point. Copy that. And go here. Exclusive. And exclusive. So that way only one of them can happen at a time. And victory is the same. So we'll do enable exclusive tag victory. I totally misspelled that. Copy those. What's your stance with VRC Fury versus GoGo Loco for avatar creation? So, as I understand it, GoGo Loco actually uses VRC Fury in order to be added on quickly. So, GoGo Loco is like a set of features, but then VRC Fury is how those features are attached to the avatar. So they don't really, they're not in competition with each other. It's more like Go-Go Loco's like what's a good metaphor? The tires on the car, and VRC Fury is the car tech putting the tires onto your car. Let's double check those expressions really quick. But I love VRC Fury. Personally, there's another type of another similar thing. I forget what it's called, but VRC Fury in any sort of non-destructive workflow where you can just quickly create these toggles and stuff. It saves so much time. I really can't emphasize enough how much time it saves. I don't think VRC Fury is like the best necessarily, but any tool that can save you that amount of time is worth looking at and worth getting into and experimenting with. That's a really I really love that actually. That's fine. Cool. All right, that looks good. Let's export now. In fact, maybe I will add GoGo Loco to this character. The client didn't request it, so. Let's see. Let me just look it up really quick. Double check. GoGo Loco. Pretty sure I have this already. View content. Download. Is it done though? There we go. Have you messed around with world creation before? Yes, yes. I have some experience just with making Unity games or applications. Um, and it's really fun. I think Arctic in chat here is working on a. They have like a D&D themed world or props that they're creating right now, which is super super cool. Um, and then I've made a little VR comic world before. I think if you search VR comic, it's like a vampire comic. It might still be up. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. I'm really interested in kind of revisiting that kind of thing, especially with some generative AI stuff. Um, might be kind of fun to mess around with or experiment with in a quick way. Uh, but world creation's super fun, super super fun. What did I do? Oh yeah, go go loco, go go, go go loco. Ooh, head is itchy, or my foot is itchy. What's the difference? Do I want beyond or do I want all? I'm assuming beyond is cooler. Might go beyond the client's comprehension. Fair. It's going beyond mine right now. Let's just do go go loco. We'll just drop it. Okay. Beyond adds flying. Oh, 16 out of 22. That's so tier 56. That's pretty good. Um, plus extra with flying.
This is how to easily add Loco Loco to VHR Avatar. Head over to Fernando's number and download Loco Loco. It is free and links will be provided in the description. Then head over to VOC Fury if you haven't already, and the VOC Fury repository where the app can input all assets to drag and drop one of the prefabs on your avatar. That's it. You can optionally test it out with the gesture manager before you upload. Enjoy.
Wow, I got bit by some. What the fuck? That looks like a spider bite. Gosh darn it. That's definitely not a mosquito. Ah! Annoying. Okay, this does not look like flying then. How do you reset that? Funny. Hmm. Now transform him into a vehicle. Hello, Lord Pepsi. Welcome. Okay, that's the reset right there. Oh wow. All right. Gotcha. I see. How useful. Hmm. 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 Sussy Baka. All right. Cool. I think I'll just be doing adding that to all of them moving forward. All right, all right, all right. So let's export these. Damn, I am tired. Don't need the laydown package anymore. Let's make sure that's none of that's getting included. That's getting included because of my um, animators. So we get rid of action. We can get rid of action, effects, action effects. No. And I'm actually going to remove those from my template as well. Then I'll probably just get rid of laydown completely later. still getting included because of the expressions menu. Because I'm including the laydown menu in here. And we'll also get rid of that in the template because I don't want to use laydown at all. So again, these two, export package. Good. All right. Export. Cancel really quick. Just hit play. Make sure all of our materials compile are locked. And then we're good. Good. Go, go. All right. Okay. Let's get this over to the client. I want to go to the restroom really quick. I'll be back, and we're going to be working on a different avatar. We're going to be working on the clothing. Get that done. All right. I'm going to go to the restroom. We'll be back in just a little bit. One more. Excuse me. One second, y'all. Okay, it's almost 11. We're gonna work on some clothing. Well, actually, no, there is one more thing to do for the robot. I need to get the robot prepped for some decals. So let me get those ready right now. So if I remember correctly, there is one decal on the fin. Yeah, right there. Assuming that's like the Optimus. What do they call this? Opticon, Optimus Prime, Decepticon versus what are they called? Autobots. Robot symbol. Autobots roll out. It must be, right? Sure looks. Or unless it's what's the Decepticon one? Like Decepticon symbol. That's definitely. All right, so we're going to save this. I'm going to open Krita. So I don't get 1 second. Just in case. Oh, I was working on some generative AI stuff. It makes it tittier too, so gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Okay. And we'll set this to 2048 by 48. Create. Sorry, 1 second. I'll put this right here. Oh. Not okay. And then if I do file, export. Good. So take this. Paste that right there. Oops. Probably want the move to pan tool. There. Gonna invert the background. Oh, good. Nice. And then we'll add a layer style, a stroke that is white. There we go. Turn that up a little. Perhaps a little bit more. You know, that's probably good right there. Then just under this, just fill it in. Turn off the background. Let's open up Unity again. You know what? I'm going to export it directly into its own folder first. Go to Blender. We need to create a second UV map, which we already have for the eye, which is good. But we want another one. Actually, let me take the eyeballs. Separate them. Select the body. Delete our UV map. Make it again, and then reattach the eyeballs. Or no, actually, we'll keep them separate. Just for the moment, make sure live unwrap is off. Okay, we do get some overlap. We only want to look at the body material. I'm going to put my cursor way at the bottom and shrink this all by 0.01. So everything's really tiny in this corner here. Really, really tiny. And then I'm going to open up our image here. Something like that. Then I want this. That's a lie. I don't want that. I just want these. Maybe these at the most. Cool. Something right about there. I'd like to be able to see that, so we're going to go over here. We're going to duplicate, we're going to set this to a UV map. One, take this, duplicate, duplicate. This one will be our decal. And we're going to mix colors based on this alpha. This color. Where is it in the reference? In the reference, the face is pointing towards the body. Okay. like this. Okay. And then I'm going to deselect these ones here. Oh, you know what? It's actually fine. Okay. Good. So now we got the little decal there. Beautiful. Cool. What else? Why is it gray? Ah, because we're mixing, need to mix a color. Beautiful. All right, what next? So that works. Got that set up. What we'll require though is a mask on the body. Yeah. Because I want to use the same UV map, but I want this decal to only show up on this spot. Yeah, this should work. Use a little more detail here too. So we're gonna switch this to finally learning black magic. I mean June. Good, good. Let the dark side flow through you. We'll call this mask. Wait. And I'll make this a bright red just so I can see it. And no need for symmetry. We can paint it right about there. That looks like a very different kind of plane. And then we'll turn this on white, so user 0 should have this one decal. Cool. There's going to be one more decal on this character. We'll do another channel. Duplicate this, call this mask leg. Reset the mask. Set this to red. Oh, and then the base layer should actually black. Is it on the leg? Uh, hmm. No, it's on the wing. Okay. Which is on the base layer. So, base material. So go here, this, and we can just delete that for now and remove user 1, save. Ooh, it's laggy. Wait, what happened to my... What the heck is going on? Oh, I don't see that. That was weird. This was like disappearing for a second. It is still disappearing. Why is it right there? Save. File. Export textures. Boom. Oh, let's turn that off. Or just this on. I don't want to see a red dot. You know, the wings do have a little bit more detail than what I've got going on right here. Just a little bit. So let me do that. We've got an hour until lunch. I'm just gonna do a little bit more detailing on this one, and then we'll go on lunch. I'm moving a little slower today because I got maybe like 4 hours of sleep, so I'm struggling a little bit. Struggling. Um, Actually, this should be a big camo pack. Why don't we just do that? We'll take this template, drop it here. We'll call this camo, and in here we'll drop another. First, let's select them. Do this dark gray. There, and that's good for now. We'll have to put it onto the wings. The leopard pattern. So it should include for the noise, we'll use a something soft and big. Up that contrast a huge amount. So but feeling that making fluff is easier if I just simply learn geonodes, correct? I would say that if I was going to make a surface and I wanted to fill that surface, then geonodes is a nice way to have a lot of control over that, because you could try to place it by hand, but it's a little difficult. Um, You are an engineer, are you not? You separate the parts of the robot, and now you're working on them individually. I do really like 3D because I do feel that I can engineer designs instead of the one thing I've always disliked about drawing and painting is it feels like a performance. Like like you kind of have to have this dexterity and uh I don't know. Uh uh it'd be like warmed up, kind of like have in the right mindset versus I just want to engineer. I know exactly what I want and I just want to make that. I don't want to have to rely on my ability to perform in a moment. I always did fall back to procedural stuff. It's just reliable. And I like that. I like reliable. Plus the procedural stuff, I've just the odds are you're at least gonna change something once. Anytime you change it twice, you probably should have made a system to do it. That's why I like Substance Painter. That's why I like GeoNodes, because it's like the more often you have to redo something by hand, the more I've just found I go a little bit more insane. Because I'm like, why am I doing this by hand? You become the joke. Well, I guess we'll use this. Not quite what I was hoping. Then we're going to do filter. I believe there's an edge mask outline. And like that. And there's also a line. So we'll do another fill, black, linear dodge, planar, no tiling. And then we can just squish that down, move it up, rotate it. A little bit smaller. Cool. And then there's one more segment. There's a striped segment here. I'm going to duplicate this one, set it to stripes. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. Whoa. Oops. And we'll take the width, turn that down. Scoot it a little bit more. That should be good. And the last thing, we'll make another paint layer in order to mask it out from this side. So it's just there on that one. And we'll call this wing middle. I'm going to duplicate it and call it wing side. I'm going to push this up a little. Turn off wing side. This one, push it up a little bit more. Just so we can make sure that logo we added is going to fit nicely amidst that. All right, wing middle, we will leave on now. Now we're working on wing side. And basically, we're going to take all the stuff we just did and then rotate it and push it onto the other wing. We'll start with the box we made. Right, the difficulty is that it's also getting projected on that side. We're gonna have to balance how we blend it, so it's gonna be a little bit different. Cool. And then the fill is for the line, which is pretty much already in the right position. You're gonna squish it in, move it over, rotate it a little bit. Like that. Then the stripes. Here we go. Engineer. Engineer and design. I do like that term. The camo, I'm not a big fan of that. I think that looks a little odd. I'm just going to make it a little bit lighter, I think. Save that. Export it. Excuse me. Okay. So now we're going to go to the face. And This one, what we need to do is create a second mask. And so we'll do another template flat right here, which we'll call mask wing. Then we're going to add a fill. So the red fill will be plainer one. So I can just set this up really easily. Should only be right down here, but the black mask that we have should track from it. So it just get this nice trim right there. Awesome. And then we can go here, set it to user one. I have displacement enabled. Funny. Look at the user one mask. There we go. And we'll just clean it up just a little. Trying to be precise with the mask because what I've realized is that you can have a lot more control on how your decals blend together if you have a very precise mask. You don't have to worry about your UV maps spilling together at all or overlap as much. You could just focus on getting it set up. There. All right. So, all right, back to here. We'd like to look at our wings. We'd like to go ahead and give them a second UV map. Excuse me. We go to shading really quick. Select the body, copy this, go to the face, delete, and paste. Now we can get a good idea of how these are blended together. Well, I'm actually exhausted. All right. Here we go. So we have a UV2 that we're using here. I guess for both of these, for the second UV map, I'm actually just gonna do U project from view because I'm lazy. And we're gonna make them line up. This. So the decal is gonna rest somewhere right in the middle here. Actually, you know, I take that back. There's no reason to flip them like that. We should move them quite close together, though. Have them overlap a little. Okay. Good step. All right, y'all. That is the last step I need to take for this. I'm going to take lunch a little bit earlier than I usually do because I'm going to take a big nap. No running for me today. I need some extra rest. I'm going to take a big old nap and then I'll come back probably a little bit earlier than I usually do for the second half of today. And we're going to be working on some clothing. Then we're going to be working on some more clothing edits. We should be in the final stretch. Should be able to finish the clothing for our Circle commission today. So we're going to finish 2 avatars today. We're going to finish this one, and then that clothing edit. Deserve rest. You mentioned you didn't sleep well, so it should go without saying. You should take extra rest. Thank you, Arisa. I appreciate that. That's definitely what's beckoning me right now. Some good old-fashioned rest. But thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday and that you had a wonderful weekend. I'll see you all very, very soon. If you're new here, I am just taking a break. I do stream twice every weekday, so I'll be back soon. If you can't catch me later today, you can always come by again tomorrow because I'll be here. But hope you're having a good one. See you in just a little while, everyone. Bye, Riso. Bye, Arctic. Bye, everyone else that's lurking. Hope you're all having a great day. See you soon. Bye.